What? The fans don't want to see a Bivol and Beterbiev trilogy? I mean, they're 1-1. Why wouldn't you want to see who's the best? I mean, I get it. I want to see Benavidez versus Bivol and Beterbiev as well. But he gonna have to wait.
If I tell you I'm good, probably you will say I'm boasting. But if I tell you I'm no good, you know one line.
Yo, what's good, Boxing Talk family? It's your boy, Dr. Boxing Talk. Back for another YouTube video. Banger, man. Yes, sir. Yes, man. I don't know what time it is. The doctor's in the house, man. So check this out. I mean, I've been getting some weird vibes lately from a lot of these so-called boxing fans, you know. They saying that they don't want to see Bivol and Beterbiev settle the score in a rubble match in a trilogy. I mean, you don't want to see it come to a decisive end? You don't want to see who's fully determined to be the best? I mean, I don't understand it, you know. Part of me, I get it, you know. A lot of people, they want to see TikTok highlights, you know, or highlight reels and Instagram clips of big knockouts. Yeah. But this is not called Knockout Kings. It's called boxing. If you want to see two fighters sit there and exchange blows and take turns, go watch Power Slap or something. Oh, wow. You know what I'm saying? This is a sweet science. It's an art form, you know. Throughout the duration of a fight, there's ebbs and flows of the fight, you know, momentum shifts, exchanges that might end in a sudden bang. And sometimes you'll get a nice, graceful battle that'll go back and forth the duration of 12 rounds to the point where you get a nice, calm, yet poignant and stimulating diminuendo until the final bell.
And you're at least a jab, lots of jabs, nothing landed. However, Canelo is moving and not punching.
Damn. I'm sorry.
And then we get a winner. But all this is all boxing, man. So I think that Beterbiev and Bivol, this matchup brings all sorts of boxing into one great, magnificent matchup between two phenomenal fighters, man. I like boxing, you know, so I appreciate the different styles, you know. So I like to see it all, but I don't really understand how boxing fans could not want to see a trilogy between Beterbiev and Bivol. Like I said, I do get that people want to see other people sometimes, but they're 1-1, man. I definitely want to see how this battle plays out, and I think that there is no other option besides Beterbiev next for Bivol, unless maybe one of them, Bivol or Beterbiev, sustain an injury and they have to recover to the point where their third battle will be postponed because they're trying to recover and make sure that they're fully recuperated and rejuvenated and prepared for the next fight. You know, so neither one of them are handicapped going into the matchup, or as have as minimal injuries as they can, you know, because a lot of fighters are injured. But, you know, I do want to see David Benavidez, and it sucks that he's in a position to where he may not get another title opportunity imminently. But if he's just patient and waits, I'm sure that it'll come around, whether it's against Beterbiev or against Bivol. You know, I would like to see him against the winner or the loser. Obviously, he would want the winner because he wants a chance at those belts, in which he deserves it. But this notion that somehow Beterbiev and Bivol is a boring fight, like, I don't know. If you can appreciate Bivol versus Beterbiev, I don't really understand what kind of boxing that you like, man. I just think that you're not really boxing fans like that. You just want to see knockout reels. It's like watching the NBA and you just want to see Lob City with Chris Paul and Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan all day.
He's had a rough afternoon. Alley-oop to Griffin.
That's great. Don't get me wrong. I'm not opposed to excitement, but I also appreciate the San Antonio Spurs with Greg Pop and Tim Duncan and Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili and the rest of the gang, you know. So there's just different styles to it. I just like effective boxing. You know, I could watch Floyd Mayweather and I could also watch Gervonta Tank Davis. You know, I could watch Saul Canelo Alvarez. I could also watch Junto Nakatani. And I could watch Guillermo Rigondeaux and Vasily Lomachenko. So it's just different styles, different ways to skin the cat. It's not just one way, but to this notion that, oh, somehow it's boring because somebody's not getting put on their back or stretched out, you know, doing a snow angel on the canvas, that equates to it being boring. Well, maybe you just don't really like boxing as much as you think that you do. And that's okay. But sit this one out, bro. Just don't watch it. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want to watch it, bitch, don't watch it. That's it. You know, as simple as that. You don't have to watch it. No one's forcing you. So just don't watch it if you really find it that boring. But I don't think you really find it that boring. I just think that you want what you desire to be prioritized because, like most people, you're just selfish. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I think that the trilogy should happen, and I feel like it'll be criminal if the trilogy does not happen. Like I said, under some circumstances, I could see if it won't be next, but I think it should be next from the very minimum that Beterbiev gave Bivol the rematch immediately. You know what I'm saying? Just from that standpoint alone, just to be a man and just to be a real person, you know, a real stand-up person, which I think Bivol is, then you grant him the same courtesy that he granted you, and you give the immediate rematch. Like I said, unless there's a roadblock and that shows his face in the form of like an injury, or maybe the dates don't match up, you know, or something like that. But other than that, no, it should be an immediate rematch. And unfortunately for David Benavidez, he got to sit this one out, man. And shout out to David Benavidez. He's one of my favorite fighters to watch as well. And I think that he'll have a nice fight in the interim. You know, there's some guys at light heavyweight that he could challenge that I'll be interested in fighting too. I see him fight too, like Callum Smith, or even hell, even him versus Joshua Buatsi or Anthony Yard or somebody else, you know. But there are other fights that are intriguing for him. But at the same time, the most intriguing, I could argue one of the most intriguing matchups in boxing is a Beterbiev and Bivol trilogy. Still, even though we saw him fight twice, that's how great the first two fights were. Yeah, I mean, that's just my opinion on it. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that. Don't forget to smack that like button. But most importantly, remember, with God, we can do anything. Without God, we're nothing. The doctor's out. Peace. Let's go ahead and read some of them. This is from Keith Robinson. No, Beterbiev should retire. This is the voice that I make when I read these comments, because this is what I imagine their voices to be, some of these goofy complainers out there in the comment section. So let's keep it going. This is Keith Robinson. No, Beterbiev should retire. He's 40, had a great Hall of Fame career. I don't see him beating Bivol if they fight again. You know, I want to see Bivol versus Benavidez. And this is George Demers. No, Bivol lost both fights.
Shut up, bitch! Oh my God!
And this is Christopher Oust. No, I don't. The first one was intense and close. The second one really wasn't. I would hate to see Beterbiev go down in a trilogy like Triple G did. I want Arthur to retire. Shut your baby back bitch ass up. The trilogy needs to happen. From the hood to college, both worlds they had to meet. 6 degrees between us, so cold we're about to freeze. But we're Florida boys, hot takes, we bring the heat. We're moving the culture, the engineers to the streets.